there are a lot of negative terms against China, and we stand firmly opposed to those terms. And we believe that there are terms and regulations that place a ban on the purchase of Chinese goods and commodities, and this is a national action interfering with corporate activities. This goes against with the free trade, freedom and equality principles advocated by the U.S. government, and this is also undermining the security of patents of technologies and free trade. And we hope that the U.S. can abandon the zero-sum game mindset and immediately stop its current actions and create sound environment for trade relations between the two sides. And we will look closely what active impact this will have on the Chinese enterprises, and we will take actions and measures to protect the rights and interests of Chinese enterprises. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm with Xinhua News Agency. The Tax Committee of the State Council recently announced to adjust the custom tax starting from January the 1st next year. What impact will that have to China-U.S. relations? For the reducing the tariff is one major step that we take to further open the market, and it will help facilitate the imports of high-quality goods. Increasing the imports is one important measure for us to improve the quality of our economy. Reducing the tariff will be helpful to form a open and coordinated new landscape for trade, and it will also help promote the coordinated development of trade and industries. We will take relevant measures to facilitate the orderly and reasonable flow of elements and promote the in-depth integration of domestic and international market. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Last week, the MOFCOM released figures and data regarding the trade from January to October, and there is some decline of some indicators. I'm wondering what are the latest data in November, and how do you project the foreign trade figure throughout the year? Foreign investment has registered some fluctuations due to some impacts, and this is only normal curve for trade developments. In general, with the progress of the supply-side reform, direct foreign investment is having a optimized structure compared to the same period last year. For the first 11 months, China has increased its investments to Belt and Road countries, which registered an increase of 0.5% in the proportion of China's foreign investments. For the wholesale and retail sector, the increase has reached 2.7%. In the sports and entertainment and real estate sector, there hasn't been any new investments. Foreign investment in China has become more reasonable, which has more importance to the quality and efficiency of investments. It is expected that in the future, China's foreign investment will continue to be healthy, stable, and reasonable. In the meantime, we are going to encourage able Chinese enterprises to go global so that they can participate in international competition and cooperation. They can be more developed multinational companies. They will be investing in the shared development of the country and the people. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm with 21st Century newspaper. We have noted the announcement of the Tax Committee of the State Council. So what is the measures that the MOFCOM is going to take to increase imports? Thank you very much. For the reducing the tariff, will decrease the cost of imports, and it will also meet the demand of the Chinese consumers for higher quality goods. And we are going to expand imports with the following efforts. Number one, we're going to cultivate a number of import trade demonstration zones. We're going to leverage our policies to come up with better policies by developing import trade demonstration zones. We are going to build some platforms facilitating imports. Second, we're going to improve our trade facilitation. We will support the comprehensive implementation of the multilateral trade policies advocated by the World Trade Organization. And we have already completed 22% of the complex policies, and the remaining policies would be implemented in the first 10 months next year. We're going to dramatically improve trade facilitation. And third, we're going to further leverage the platform of China Imports exhibition. And currently, we have already started preparing for the third China International Imports Exhibition. Already 300 enterprises have signed in, and the total exhibition area will exceed 100,000 square meters. China will continue to expand our openings, and we welcome more high-quality foreign service and goods to come into China and to meet the demand of Chinese consumers. Thank you very much. Next question, please. Thank you very much. I'm with Shanghai Securities newspaper. MOFCOM has been promoting the joint construction of China-Arabic trade. What are the specific measures that you have taken? Latin America and the Caribbean area are a major component of the Belt and Road Initiative, and currently China has signed agreements with 19 Caribbean countries regarding Belt and Road Initiative. China and Latin American countries are highly complementary in terms of economic developments. In recent years, we have been dramatically improving our bilateral trade collaboration, and there is a lot that we can do in terms of expanding our cooperation under the framework of Belt and Road Initiative. From January to October, bilateral trade exceeded more than $200 billion, increased by 11.2% year-on-year. Exports from China exceeded more than 100 billion, increased by 0.2%. And the imports reached $130 billion and increased 5.4% year-on-year. Bilateral investments is also expanding. Latin America has become the second largest foreign investment destination in China. As of November this year, direct investment from China to Latin America exceeded $400 billion, and total investment from Latin America exceeded $200 billion in China. They have established 3,118 enterprises in China, and in recent years, the two sides have witnessed dramatic improvements of bilateral trade. Number one, we have dramatically expanded our FTZs, and the FTZ agreement between China and Chile entered into effect on March the 1st this year. Our FTZ negotiation with Peru is currently undergoing. The FTZ agreement with Costa Rica is well underway. And number two, we are witnessing increased effect of the trade facilitation platforms. A lot of the Latin American countries have participated in the China International Import Exhibition. We're seeing a lot of goods and services come into China, and China-Latin America Trade Investment Forum has been held in Macau for a couple of years in a row. And third, we are stepping up trade negotiations, and in recent years we have organized a lot of negotiations promoting our collaboration in e-commerce, in infrastructure, and in other sectors. And with some countries and some focal points, we have established some collaboration mechanisms so that we can facilitate free trade between the two sides. In the next step, we are going to fully leverage the China-Latin America collaboration platforms at the government level so that we can dramatically improve bilateral trade and strengthen and further improve China-Latin America trade relations so that we can contribute to the long-lasting bilateral relations between China and Latin America. Thank you very much.
谢谢。香港南华早报记者，想请问一下，
Thank you very much. I'm with South China Morning Post.
自美进口猪肉、大豆等农产品有何新的动态？然后是否有一些询价或成交方面的？
Are there any updates about Chinese enterprises importing pork and soybeans from the U.S.? Thank you very much for your question. With respect to the purchase of agricultural products, I have nothing new to announce. Thank you very much. Any other questions? If there is no more questions, and this is the end of today's press release. Thank you very much.